Okay, Highway 7 into Denmark. I should be in Denmark pretty soon. I'm just coming out of Hamburg, Germany, and Hamburg is really starting to feel like Scandinavia. People are looking pretty Scandinavian. Of course, Denmark is going to be certainly Scandinavian. All right, this is what a lot of the borders look like in the European Union. It's really just a place to slow down and cops to spot check and tell you to keep going. They don't look at your documents, they don't check your registration. Like you can't see it, but he just had somebody pull over. He's probably, probably gonna have me pull over because I've got my Albanian plates and might just look like a criminal. So we'll see how it goes. Danish filler. See? No like Albaniano. Hello? English okay?
Yeah.
All right. What do you need?
Can I see your passport?
Sure.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm just doing a tour of Europe, all of Europe. So I'm going up just to northern Denmark today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a holiday.
Yeah, about 4 months, 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So right over here?
Turn left and you go on the highway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Have a nice trip.
Okay, thank you. Everything's been going pretty good on the trip so far. I've got my stops down to 2-day stops instead of 3 days. And, 3 does help me settle in better, but it also kind of sometimes gives me an opportunity to slow down a little too much. So 2-night stops, 3-night stops, I'll go back and forth, but things are going to be pretty expensive in Scandinavia, so, probably 2-night stops. And I'm running out of time with the car. I'm probably going to need 2 or 3 more weeks with the car, and I won't be able to get it at the same rate that I had it for the first 2 months. It'll be about $120 or $130 a month, or I'm sorry, a week instead of 90, which when you factor in all of the expenses that I have on a weekly basis, an extra $30 isn't a big deal. And this car is doing really well. I'm getting 40 miles to the gallon, 45 when I want to, and I'm going 110 miles an hour when I want to, and the stereo is good, so everything's good. I'm probably, I don't know exactly, 8,000 or 9,000 miles into this whole trip. Let's see, I'm 10,000 kilometers on this car. The car before this, I don't know how many I put on that one, maybe 3, so 13, yeah, it's about 8,000 miles, so I'm probably about that far into this trip. It's been about 3 months and a week now, so I'm driving up to the top of Denmark right now, and it's an overcast, cloudy day. There's still plenty of windmills around. They've been around for a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks now. I've been seeing windmills, the new style, not the cool old style. What else? I got my green drink, my superfood. I'm about to run out of that, so I need to find some more, and it's going to be expensive, and that's okay because it is essential for me to have some green nutrients when I'm not sure where to get a good salad. I've been eating a lot of salmon, just some prepackaged stuff. I rip it open, I have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. I try to eat that once or twice a day, and I feel much better than doing the bread that is so good here. I lost a little bit of weight, which was good. I was getting uncomfortable. The belly was sticking out. Some of it was bloating from bad food, from food that doesn't work well with me. The food here is good. It's just some of it's not for me. I want to try the local cuisine, but honestly, I usually don't. I just usually get stuff that I know works for me. So there's a lot of Europe that I'm missing out on, and that's impossible to avoid. Even if I spent a whole year here, there would be a lot of Europe I would be missing out on. And it looks like I'm going to be here for 4 or 5 months. And who knows, maybe more. And I'm skipping France, I'm skipping Spain and Portugal. I'm trying to hit every other country in Europe, with the border being Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Bulgaria. Those are the ones that I'm not going into. And that's because this is a rental car. The insurance policy won't let me go to those countries. Bring something that helps you work out. figure out a body weight workout system so that you can stay active if you plan to do a lot of sitting in buses or sitting in cars. I have some rubber bands with me, some workout bands, and those things are really helpful. I do a lot of lunges and jumps and squats and things like that, and I feel good doing it. I feel much better. I don't know what T-Mobile costs in the US, but I would recommend you get it before you come to Europe. I am on like my 6th SIM card right now. I'm told that a card is going to work through Europe, that you can add more time to it, but it's not as easy as that. I've had real trouble, and I had a card from Italy that was like by law supposed to work everywhere, and I couldn't get it to work. Once I left Italy, it was done. I had an Albanian card, a Greek card, a card from Macedonia. I finally got a T-Mobile card in the Netherlands. It's ridiculously expensive compared to the other prices in Europe. For 2 gigs, 1 month, I'm paying 15 or 20 euros, and that's 2 gigs. But it's T-Mobile, it's gonna work here. It's been working in the other countries. And by the way, every time you change a SIM card, your phone gets confused, and it's like, do we need to update all your apps and change your number? And it's like, no, just leave it alone, but it'll keep reminding you. Some of your apps won't work anymore because they're used to a different phone number, so then you gotta change that phone number in that app. But in order to do that, you gotta put in the old SIM card, and you have to tell it to change the phone number, tell it to send you a message, it sends you a message, then you gotta slide in the new SIM card, receive a message. Some of these things get pretty complicated, and when you're traveling, you just don't want to deal with this stuff. So far, my recommendation is get T-Mobile in the USA. That works internationally, especially in Europe. And there may be places where you have to get a SIM card, but those places are going to be probably very cheap to get SIM cards, and you won't need them for very long.